Good morning, day 17. This is meal one. And last night I had a great time. I was out with Silvana. We went to a Mediterranean restaurant that I like a lot. We had, as you saw, hopefully you could hear, because it was a pretty loud environment, but I did a video of the food that we had that we were sharing. It's always nice to share food with people that you love and care about. The community of the sharing actually does a lot for our body chemistry. So we had some sea bass that was baked. I'd prefer baked over fried any day. All right, we had some hummus and some tahini, some eggplant that was pureed. We had some pureed feta cheese. We had a little bit of tiny garbanzo beans or chickpeas that had been deep fried. So the deep fried is not like a great choice, but they were really delicious. It was like having a little bit of popcorn. So I had a little bit of that and I felt pretty good. We avoided the bread. We asked for some extra portions of vegetables that we could dip into the hummus and into the eggplant and into that very creamy feta cheese, and that was super satisfying. So something like a red pepper or celery. Red pepper is going to be much more sugary than say the celery is, but still that dipped in the tahini was super satisfying. We get accustomed and used to say dipping bread into these various things that we get in restaurants, and bread is commonly served, at least where I am, with the meal or when the meal is coming. And so I do realize it's a little bit of a different choice to just take the bread and either push it. I pushed it so far away, right, that I couldn't reach it. Well, of course I could walk over there and get it, right? I'm the one that pushed it away. We can ask them to not bring the bread, right? Well, I asked them to not bring the bread, and guess what? Somebody else just brought the bread because it's what they do, right? Our regular waitress brought us the extra vegetables, but somebody else that didn't know that I was on this plan. And usually when I show up at a place, I'll say, well, I don't eat really sugary things at all, and can you help me out? People are really good. They really help you out. They'll educate you about the menu. They'll talk about what's in things. Certain things might have hidden added sugar that you might be surprised about. And so the wait staff, when they know what your story is, they will definitely help you. But in that atmosphere, everybody's helping everybody. Someone dropped off the bread. So we just politely slid it back over, out of the way. All right. Getting home later, I woke up in the middle of the night. I was a little bit hungry, so I continued the Mediterranean plan. I'm going to show you here. I made a mock-up of what I had in the middle of the night when I got hungry. 2 tablespoons of hummus, a kind of a small block of feta cheese, and about a cup of tomatoes. I cut the tomatoes in half and put some salt and pepper on them. Now, at some point here, we're going to start talking about glycemic index. Tomatoes, they are kind of a more sugary like thing than what I've been eating, but their glycemic index is relatively low in the whole scheme of the universe, right? This little guy, and I like that I have different varieties of color, yellow and reddish, bluish, super yellow, orange, red. I like the diversity of the color. Glycemic index on tomatoes is in the ballpark of 15. So the way the glycemic index works, it's from 0, which would be water. Water doesn't turn to sugar. 100, the scale is 100. Glucose is 100. So that's basically sugar, right? And so the glycemic index is like the relative place that foods occupy on a scale from 0 to 100. Now, baked potatoes, fried potatoes are really way up there. And sometimes they might register what seems to be like off the scale. obviously water is way down the, like at zero. It doesn't turn to sugar. Sometimes we get thirsty and people drink a soda, Coca-Cola, any kind of thing. That's like, you may as well just put a bowl of sugar right in your mouth. Turns to sugar very fast, very high glycemic index, and that wreaks a lot of havoc in our bodies. That takes us out of balance. That makes our bodies work really hard to figure out what does it do with all of this sugar, right? It's like asking a lot. It's like, oh, it tastes good. I get that. It appeals to part of the brain. Oh, check it out. There's a cat up here. Can you see the cat? The cat likes to get in the picture all the time. Okay, so just like Coca-Cola seems like they did a good job of marketing. Coca-Cola wants to make it in the picture all the time, right? Number one, you know where I'm talking about? Big Mac, French fries, Coca-Cola. All right. I mean, that's like almost like a day's worth of calories, and it all turns to sugar fast between the white flour in the bun, the very sweet secret sauce, Thousand Island dressing, secret sauce, okay, very sugary. The Coca-Cola, very sugary, turns to sugar fast. Fried potatoes, you may as well just eat a giant bowl of sugar, right? Then your body's trying to figure out, what do we do with the sugar? It's a lot. Asking our bodies a lot. So making these new, improved choices about what we're eating, using food as our medicine, leaning into the place where food is kind of our joyous vehicle for this amazing communication that we are in with our bodies and the world around us. All right. Well, so you saw my snack from last night. When I got up this morning, I was not hungry at all. Sometimes the things that I do, I know are going to look really ridiculous, but I started my day with all my supplements. I made sure I didn't miss that today. I kind of felt it the other day a little bit. So my probiotics and all that, we'll talk about that again at a later time. But I was just playing around, and I had this morning before I got started. A little bit of coffee. I don't know if you can see this. 2 kernels of corn and 2 green peas. I don't know. Can you see that? Right there? Yeah, they're cute little things. I was just playing. I just want to have a little bit of nutrients that come from that. Corn is pretty sugary. It's much higher on the glycemic index than, say, broccoli is. Broccoli's an awesome choice, by the way. Spinach is always an awesome choice. We can eat as much spinach and broccoli as we want, cauliflower. We can eat as much as that as we want. If we get hungry, we could make a stir fry out of it. Just add a little bit of maybe olive oil, or we're experimenting now today. We picked up some avocado oil, so we're going to play with that a little bit today. And I think we're probably going to try to stop into a special oil and vinegar store that we have in West Hartford that has many varieties of olive oil, all oils from all over the world, and vinegars from all over the world too. So I think a little bit later today we're going to pop in there. Maybe I'll do a little video and just talk with the person about that and see if we can get a little bit of information to help us. Okay, so my actual breakfast this morning is here. Egg whites, a couple of egg whites, avocado, some kale, red peppers, yellow peppers, cucumber, and a carrot left over from last night, and 2 olives. This, and there's the cauliflower from last night too. So this right here forms really the perfect meal. This could be 6 times a day, 4 to 6 times a day, about somewhere between 2 to 4 hours, depending on what my body's asking for and when. This little guy I'm going to save for later. I'll keep that. This is what I had in the middle of the night. And so that will form a meal later today. I'll have exactly that again. I know for the last few days I've been lining up my meals, but we have to do some dishes because my little containers like this are all dirty, so we have a little bit of work to do around here. We need to go to the store. We need to get some chicken. I think we're going to try to get a soup started today that we've been talking about. Got to get back to the soup. Had really good results with that. So here we go. We're going to get our day started. We're going to have an amazing, great day. Why? Because we can just put our mind there, because we have the ability just to decide and to kind of pre-pave out there, to map out for ourselves a type of amazing, incredible experience that we want in life by just putting our mind there and being open to the wisdom, the arising and emerging wisdom of our mind and body, which is always available to us at all times. All times. Okay, see you in a couple hours.